Good morning, everyone. And today, I am sad to say, this is probably the last time I'm going to be working on this car. And I'll explain while I'm in the front seat of the car. Unfortunate, but pretty much everything was going well. But then there was this sort of grinding, consistent noise that was coming from the bell housing to the transmission. And with that, it's either the torque converter bolts aren't like torqued enough, funnily, or the flex plate is reversed. So with that, one just means we have to retorque something. The other means that we have to drop the transmission. And unfortunately, I leave tomorrow. So I won't be able to do that, sadly. So with that in mind, I will say on a technicality, it was a successful engine swap. She ran and drove for a bit, but I'm getting a new radiator today. So with that, hopefully she'll be able to run properly, because right now there's a radiator leak that's leaking transmission fluid, and I don't want that. So there's that. And then after, I'm gonna look into the flex plate bolts, see if I can retorque them, see if that does anything. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna get started on a transmission swap. And I'm not sure if it's possible to drop a transmission in a day, but honestly, like, I've done a lot crazier shit in a day. So I'm not super worried, I'll be honest. But it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning yet. And there's a lot of time for things. There's still a lot amount of time for things to go wrong. So with that, we'll just have to see how everything goes. But I will say it's not going to be completely over for the Camry, because Alex is going to invest some time into diagnosing and fixing her while I'm gone, and then he'll be the one selling it or keeping it. We're not too sure yet. We have to figure that out. If we keep it, we would have to make it worth it somehow. So we're going to see how these videos do, and that's something you guys would want to be interested in, because if we do keep it, I totally just turbo the bitch just for the fun of it. So let me know what you guys think. Anyways, time to get to work. Since I already drained the radiator fluid, since I drained the coolant, I am gonna start removing the radiator. I'm gonna take a pause here real quick and say that I might be able to fix the radiator without having to get a new one. So right now I'm undoing this nozzle, and the only issue with this one is that this nozzle leaks transmission cooler like fluid, but this one over here is damn near perfect. So with that, I'm thinking I can grab this part from this old one and use the same nozzle just to see how it works out. Came to the conclusion that it's not worth fixing, and we might as well make a last trip to the junkyard. So we get to return the shifter assembly because we don't need it, and then we get to get our $5 back for the core for the broken radiator, and then we're gonna swap out and get a new one. All right, I'm back at the junkyard, and I am now at the radiator of the car that I got the new door handles from. And honestly, it's looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna nab this one real quick. This coolant is like brand new. Like, this car, or this radiator at least, is in really nice condition. Jesus Christ. All things considered, she's a pretty mint condition radiator, and these things I know for sure aren't gonna leak. So, very good thing. Well, everyone, in better news, it turns out that it's actually not the transmission. Thank fuck. But I did retorque them anyways, and so now those are torqued to spec. And now we are figuring that it's coming from the exhaust.
So in my limited amount of testing, I it's very hard to listen when you rev the engine, but if you focus on listening to the engine itself, the engine sounds smooth.
Yeah.
But there's this clack, 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 clack. Has it been on camera yet?
No. Yes, but it's not to the same degree. If you want to start it, I can record it real quick.
Okay.
So just might be.
Show 'em
Yep.
real quick. Where are the keys?
In car. What? Are the RPMs dropping or what?
Kinda.
Yeah, that's happened before, but then it went away at some point.
But then I'm gonna give it some gas.
It's
Listen
quiet.
to that engine. Too low, or if they're too high, we hear these crazy vibrations. It makes me think it's the exhaust, not the engine. But it's weird how the RPMs are fluttering, and when you touch the motor itself, there's this weird vibration, and I'm hoping it's pushback from the exhaust onto the engine, not the engine itself. I'm gonna do an exhaust. Sorry, I'm gonna do.
Turn off the car.
I'm gonna be doing a smoke test on the exhaust system to check if there's any leak points, or if there's anything that's loose and not as tight as it should be, to help reinforce my theory that it's the exhaust. And then after that, I'm going to do a combustion leak down test, and another compression test, just to make sure nothing's wrong. And then I feel like another oil change. And if everything else passes, I have to assume it's the exhaust. I mean, you just torqued down the bolts
For the transmission. And she's like moving even better than before. So
we'll see. Sucks you won't though.
fucking bitch. Well, everyone, today was not a sad day, because at the end of the day, I did get an engine swap done. And now it seems that it's just the exhaust that's making that noise. But other than that, the car runs and drives great. Power steering leak. That is something that Alex is gonna have to fix too. But what a journey it's been. Thank you for joining me on this shit. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. And Alex should be doing more updates on this car. I'll force him. So I'll let you guys know. But I'll have to see you guys in the next project. Well, everyone, end of an era indeed. She's officially up and running. And all that's left is to figure out the resonance noise. But that's for something Alex to do. So this is where I call it. And Camry, thank you for teaching me everything I know. You're a piece of fucking shit, but I love you. And that's a great thing about cars. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.